How we use materials needs to be addressed. Generally, we dispose of waste but usable materials and extract new virgin materials instead. Through research and interviews, I've discovered a possible way to challenge this issue is to increase the perceived value of materials by providing knowledge of a material's past and also its potential futures. This knowledge isn't always readily available, so during this project, I've tried to improve this by modifying the transparency of supply chains. My initial probe was to go shopping as a conscious consumer. I quickly realised that there's very limited information available to people when it comes to what materials are in products, what the processes are, and where they come from. Often the best that can be said is it's made in the EU, it's made of metal. There's also very limited information about who's involved in the process and what might be done with the product after its life. Maybe it's recyclable, but is that the best option for that material, and what's the process and result look like? To follow up on this insight, I met Mark, a local carpenter who was able to give me more information about his practice. He showed me the woodland where his timber is felled. He showed me where he seasons it and how he stores it so that he has a consistent supply for many years. He showed me the local sawmill where the timber is processed, and he also showed me his workshop where he produces his products. His crucial insight was that being able to tell a story about the materials and the products really increases the value for himself and his customers. During this project, I experimented with using waste materials that would otherwise be disposed to try and extend the life of other products. I also experimented with ways of informing consumers of a material's past and the implications that their decisions will have on its possible futures. I tried deconstructing products to explore what components they're made up of and what the possible uses of these separate components might be, and whether the potential of these materials is greater when they're separated than combined. During my experiments, I kept coming back to the ideas of telling a story, being able to make informed decisions, and knowing what is the best or right use of a material. To explore this, I developed profiles on makers, products and materials. They describe a maker's practice, methods and a bit of personality and ethos, how a product is made, what materials it's made from, who makes it and what can and can't be done with it after use, and where a specific material is sourced and how it's processed and used. To make these profiles usable, I created QR codes that link to online versions of the profiles. These QR codes can be applied to products and materials in whatever way is most appropriate. In the case of Mark, I made stampable versions that can be applied to the raw materials or his products. This bowl has been stamped and provides information about its maker and where it comes from. This is more information than is generally available on a tag in a store. Overall, this project has asked more questions than it's answered, but it's been interesting and I intend to keep asking those questions with future projects. Finally, thanks to Lucas Munoz, Mark Daskley and Lisbia. Their insights have made this process much more compelling and much more interesting.